Next, we're going to welcome Xinshu Ju, English name Julia, from China. She is 16 years old, and she wrote an essay called Stand and Thrive. So, Julia, let's get you on here, and welcome to the Global Youth Challenge, and good luck.
So, hello everyone. My name is Julia, and I'm very glad to be here to share my views about COVID-19 with you guys. So I joined this competition for two reasons. First, I want to broaden my horizon. It's a global competition. It provides a platform for us to learn from different people in different countries. We can really see their perspectives. And second, I want to challenge myself to step out of my comfort zone and to express my views. So the topic of my speech is Stand and Thrive, and I hope you guys will like it. As case of COVID-19 spread, our world is facing huge challenges. We're going through crude trials. Businesses are seeing major losses, and many industries are cluttered by the epidemic. Humanity is facing huge challenge between openness and isolation, and between progress and retrogression. Through my observation and reflection during the epidemic, it seems to me that we need to keep rational, confront the trend of history, and adapt actively to stand in such a dilemma. The COVID-19 pressed the pause button of global economy and leads to significant decrease in the capability of consumers. This gave us a chance to reconsider our consumption habits and concepts. We don't really need to derive satisfaction from overspending, nor using luxuries to express our status and individuality. In fact, many people are gradually starting to realize this. Take China as an example. According to 2020 McKinsey's China Consumer Survey report, 60% of respondents claim that they want to spend money where it matters most, even if they're wealthy. So what consumers pursue is affordable items with high cost performance and a certain quality guaranteed. This gave a chance for the expansion of enterprises that take the high quality and low price strategy, like Miniso and Nicula. They reflect on people's past consumption behavior and provide new consumption patterns. Being rational and sharp help them rise. The rapid popularization of internet has always been an important trend. And COVID-19 brought it closer to ourselves than ever before. As Sherry Tuckler, a professor of sociology of science, said that after the epidemic, we may have a healthier internet life. While the epidemic has forced many people to move their activities online, online life during the epidemic is more real in the state of immersing games and hiding behind virtual identity. Following this trend, many industries boomed because they see the demand of change in social operation caused by COVID-19. The most talked about lately is cloud economy, like cloud office and online education. These industries rose because they regard self-renewal as a mission and are always ready for changes. As my favorite musician, Jimmy Jin, said, we cannot change the direction of the wind, but we can always adjust ourselves to reach our destination. The situation we're in is just like the wind. We cannot be blocked by floating clouds. Instead, we must dispel the clouds and see the sun, so as to have a keen grasp of the trend of the world. Each age and generations have their own challenges and missions. As youth, it's always important to possess innovation and cautiousness. This is the best of time, it's the worst of time. Dawn is breaking, we're seeing light coming through. So this is the end of my speech. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you so much. And we're going to have Professor Wang and Kelly ask you a question. You got to be ready for that, Professor Wang. It's going to ask you a tough one. So let's start with Kelly as a warm-up. Kelly, go ahead.
Good morning. Thank you. I read in your essay that one of the recommendations that you had was access for internet for schooling and whatnot. And I just wanted to know what your thoughts are on how we can ensure that all communities have access to the internet if we're moving in that direction. I know where I'm from that there are a number of communities that don't have Wi-Fi, and so that is proving to be a little bit more difficult. So what are some of your thoughts on how we can globally move to a more internet-based community online?
Well, first, I think the government should do something. And because they need money to build these instructions, and I think that it's important to government to pay attention to these remote areas which they don't have like Wi-Fi or stuff like that. And I think it's always important to make citizens to get to know the use of internet and to know that, oh, I can use internet to know the world, to know so many places, and to broaden my horizon. And I think that they're gonna know the benefits of using internet, and they're gonna try to persuade, I don't know, and the government will have more reasons to build this like Wi-Fi or stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Julia. And now, Professor Wang, go ahead.
Not going to be tough, so don't worry about it.
I'll try.
So I guess, when you talk about to educate people, things like that, and often, have you ever had experience in dealing with generation like myself getting older, so not be able to have access, right? So what would you propose? It's almost like following up on the previous question. So what would you propose as a youngster to allow those people who have difficulties to access internet or digital world to cope with this kind of situation when like a disease like this happens again?
Yeah, I'm sorry I don't get it. So it's like for older generations to use
No, just say not necessarily older, just people who are not privileged to have internet or to have a sort of access to internet, a digital world, and how would you help them?
How would I help them?
Yeah.
Actually, I did some volunteering jobs teaching them to use basics, how to do basic works on the internet. And I think when I grow up, I will try to be a useful person to the society. And I think that I will continue doing the volunteering jobs to help others. And maybe for younger generations and for people who are able to get access to the internet and to use it like frequently. And I think that they need to help the others that are not, that have the privilege to do so. Yeah.
Okay, very well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you. And you did a wonderful job. Really well done. Congratulations. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Julia, and today I want to give a speech about COVID-19, and the topic is Stand and Thrive. As case of COVID-19 spread, our world is facing huge challenges. We're going through cruel trials. Businesses are seeing major losses, and many industries are covered by the epidemic. Humanity is facing a huge challenge between openness and isolation, and between progress and retrogression. Through my observation and reflection during the epidemic, it seems to me that we need to keep rational, conform to trend of history, and adapt actively to stand in such a dilemma. The COVID-19 pressed the pause button of global economy and leads to a significant decrease in the capability of consumers. This gave us a chance to reconsider our consumption concepts and habits. Because we don't really need to derive satisfaction from overspending, nor eating luxuries to express our status and individuality. In fact, many people are gradually starting to realize this. Take China as an example. According to 2020 McKinsey's China Consumer Survey report, 60% of respondents claim that they want to spend money where it matters most, even if they're wealthy. What consumers pursue is affordable items with high cost performance and a certain quality guaranteed. This gave a chance for the expansion for enterprises that take the high quality and low price strategy, like Miniso and Nicula. They reflect on people's consumption behavior and provide new consumption patterns. Being rational and sharp help them rise. The rapid popularization and development of internet has always been an important trend, and COVID-19 brought it closer to ourselves than ever before. As Sherry Tuckler, a professor of sociology of science, said that after the epidemic, we may have a healthier internet life. While COVID-19 has forced many people to move their activities online, online life during the epidemic is more real than the state of immersion games and hiding behind virtual identity. Following this trend, many industries boomed because they seized the demand of change in social operation caused by COVID-19. The most talked about lately is cloud economy, like cloud office and online education. Also, the epidemic may become a catalyst for the development of e-commerce and gaming market. These industries rose because they regard self-renewal as a mission and are always ready for changes. As my favorite musician Jimmy Dean said, we cannot change the direction of the wind, but we can always adjust ourselves to reach our destination. The situation we're in is just like a wind. We cannot be blocked by floating clouds. Instead, we must dispel the clouds and see the sun, so as to have a keen grasp of the trend of the world. Each age and generations have their own challenges and missions. As youth, it's always important to possess innovation and cautiousness. This is the best of time, it's the worst of time. Dawn is breaking, we're a thin light coming through.
There is no incurable pain, or lost or return another way.